Hello everyone and welcome back to another lesson. Today we'll be reading a poem titled The Lake Isle of Innisfree. So as you can see it in the picture, you see an isle there. Okay, so isle is usually a small island, and you know what island is. Island is a place which is in between a sea or ocean normally, but here the surrounding one is a lake, and in between that there's an isle. Okay, and the place is known as Innisfree. So you know what isle is, small island. You know what lake is, and then Innisfree is the name of the place. Now this poem is a well-known poem. Okay, most of people know this poem because it's quite popular, and it explores, it finds out the poet's longing for peace and tranquility of Innisfree. So longing here means a strong desire. The poet desires for peace and tranquility. So tranquility also has similar meaning with peace, but tranquility stands for silent and calm, okay, of Innisfree, which makes you feel restful. A place, so Innisfree is a place where he spent a lot of time as a boy. So who is he here? The poet William Butler spent a lot of his time as a young child there in Innisfree, and he's exploring his longings for peace and tranquility of Innisfree, which he gets when he visits the place. So this poem is a lyric. That means there is rhyme and rhythm, proper rhyme and rhythm are there. You will find these, and it can also be sang. Okay, so there we go. Well, before we read the poem, let me tell you that it comprises of 12 lines, 3 separate stanzas, and each stanza has an idea. So the first one: I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. So if you look here simply, then the words are quite easy to read and understand. So I will arise means I will get up, I'll wake up, and then go. Where? Go to Innisfree. So the poet wants to go to Innisfree because he spent his childhood days there, and he desires for the peace and tranquility of that place. And when he reached there, he wants to a small cabin built. Okay, a cabin means room, so he wants to build a small room there which is made of clay and wattles. So clay, any wattles like woods, and I'll show you what wattle means. It's like twisted sticks, okay, which helps to make walls or fences. 9 bean rows. So bean it's talking about large seed. Depending on ki rashma ki bean lag ro and kidney bean on the do chambu ko tab ki he will sow. Okay, 9 bean row. So what is row? Row means line. So they're like 9 bean row he will have there, and a hive for the honeybee. So honeybee is the one, you know, and hive is a place where honeybee lives. Okay, and live alone, and he would live alone there in the bee loud glade. So glade refers to space, open area, and bee loud means because there will be hives, so bees will be buzzing all around in that space, and it will be so loud. So this particular stanza discuss when he goes to the Innisfree, what will he do there? Okay, what are his desires? So as I said already, wattles, the small cabin will be made up of clay and wattles. So wattle means twisted sticks. So sticks are twisted for making fences. You see fences over here, and these are walls, right? So sometimes people also use these twisted sticks to make up walls, and here it is made as fences, means bordering part of a house. Okay, and also clay, you know. So here we have few questions. I want all of my students to pause video and think of the answer. Who is the speaker in the first stanza? You can pause video, go back, or look into your own textbook. So the speaker there is the poet, and he is talking about his own yearning and longings. Where is the speaker going? He is going to an isle. And what's the name of the isle? You know that. What did he do on the isle? So there are like few things which he performs when he will reach the isle. So mention all these things, like a small cabin will he build there, and then all the other stuff. Does he have a company, or is he alone in his dream to go to the Innisfree? Think of all the answer, and then you will find that you have understood this stanza. Now, second stanza. Now it talks about how he sees the area when he lives there. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight is all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evenings full of the linnet's wing. So when the poet reaches there, he says that he will have some peace there. Okay, they will be silent, and he will think about himself and then be at peace. And he says that peace comes dropping slow. So peace doesn't come at once. Okay, it takes time, and he described it in these sightful words: dropping from the wheels of the morning. So wheels actually refers to this cloth which bride wears during their wedding, okay, on their wedding day. So wheel, you can see the cloth which hides your face. So wheel here is a metaphor for cloud. So when in the morning sunlight, okay, sun ray infiltrate cloud and then reaches the ground, okay, it takes time there. So it drops slow from me to where the cricket sings. So when the sun ray hits the ground, there will be some crickets which are singing there. So crickets are insect from the ant and the cricket that you have read during class 8 there. And in that place called Innisfree, midnight is all a glimmer. So what's a glimmer? Glimmer means shine and sparkle. So midnight, like 12 p.m. around a.m. around, when you look at the sky, it all shines. Okay, there will be faint light, and noon a purple glow. Okay, so you can have a sight picture, you can picturize the area. And evenings full of linnet's wing. So linnet is a bird here. These are small brown and gray birds which have very short beaks, and evening will be full of them, and you will see their wings all around in their flight. So the second stanza deals with what he sees there, and now we have some questions here. Paul, you can pause the video. What will the poet have there? Okay, does he have pizzas there? No, right? He will have some peace there, for peace come dropping slow, and he desires for peace and tranquility. That's the one reason why he wants to visit the place. What is the color of the noon? Simple answer. What does the poet see in the evening? So it sees a flight or a few flights of linnets, and therefore he says that evening is full of linnets wing. These are quite easy questions. Now let's move on to the last stanza. I will arise and go now. So once again he says that he will get up, wake up and go, for always night and day. Now night and day here refers to all the time. So he will always and all the time visit Innisfree. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I heard it in the deep heart's core. So where is he now? Is he in on the isle? No, he's not on the isle, okay, because he lives in a city, and he is actually talking about the desires that he have. So he can hear the lake water, okay, the isle lake water lapping. Lapping means folding itself or hitting the shore with low sounds by the shore. So shore is the end line of a sea. So here, if these all are like land, and if this area is sea or of a lake, so when the water comes there and when it laps around, he can hear the sounds, hear the low sounds. Okay, while I stand, where as he stand on the roadway or on the pavement grey. So roadway or pavement grey refers to the picture that you can see on the backdrop. Okay, these are pavement grays. Okay, it's like a roadway where people walks, and this particularly shows that he is in a city, because on a small isle of Innisfree, there won't be any pavement. Okay, so he's currently in a city or a large town. I heard it in the deep heart's core, so he can hear the sound of lake water lapping and all the chirping of birds and the songs of crickets in his deep heart's core. So this show his true and intense desire to move to Innisfree. So you see, there is a small piece of land, a small island, and there's a lake. So it's not actually Lake Isle of Innisfree, but only an example in a picture form. Okay, so now we have some questions again. Pause the video and think of the answer. What is the poet here? Okay, where is the poet standing? So he's standing on pavement, gray, or roadways, and this proves that he's not on the isle, rather he's in cities. What does the poet here in his deep heart's core? So deep heart's core here refers to inside, the deepest position, part of the heart, which is inside of the heart. So with this, we are done with the poem. I have a few questions here. I want dear students to do this. Okay, in your notebook, you just have to think of the answer. First, you will note down the poem in your notebook, and then with the help of the poem, you can understand it clearly. So the three things that the poet wants to do when he goes back there. So what are the three things they mentioned there in the stanza? What he hears and sees there is its effect on him. So when he reaches there, what does he hear? What does he see? He hears cricket song. He sees midnight glimmering. Okay, all these things. And what effects does he have? He feels peaceful and tranquility. Okay, and then what he hears in his heart's core, even when he's far away from Innisfree. So in the last stanza, we know that he is not on the Lake Isle of Innisfree, and still he can hear something in its deep heart's core, right? So what are these things? So you will have to mention all these things right after you note the poem down in your notebook. So that's it for today's class. Thank you all, and next time we will discuss the poetic devices and rhyme scheme and all the other different thing about poet and the poem itself. So for now, that's it. Thank you all. Have a nice day.